You're talking about very good employment growth, not a lot of wage inflation. To me, when you were growing up, you always thought America could create a lot of jobs and not have a lot of inflation. These are throwback numbers to when we felt that we could have a 3-4% growth. It is a little odd that a country of 318 million people can put these numbers on. Little odd meaning that we became used to the idea that we're a 2% growth country. Maybe we're a greater growth country than this. And I've got to tell you, just in terms of where the market is, remember, December was one of the worst markets. We've been able to say that December was Great Recession or Great Depression-like numbers. So the stock market had a nice rebound. But I look at these numbers, I say, hey, pretty good. And there's nothing in that with saying, hey, pretty good.
No, and you said this a moment ago on Squawk Box, too, that you seem to really believe, listen, we did better than 2% this year, but we got the benefit of the tax cut, a number of other things that seem to recede this year, right, as opposed to 2018, excuse me. What gives you any hope that we're really going to be able to exceed, let's call it plus over 2%, as so many economists at this point are looking for a number at that, if not below?
Look, it's a great question. I would say that there's two economies. There's the economy that is putting on jobs, and that gives me hope that things can be good. And then there's the economy that I would say are the international companies like a Dow DuPont, which is very much a great company that did a terrible number. I mean, the only real secular growth part of the economy is aerospace. When you look at the different divisions of where people are being hired, I say, unfortunately, we are back to healthcare. I say, unfortunately, because healthcare is not additive to the economy. But we're seeing some good signs here. We actually see manufacturing okay, professional and business services okay, retail surprisingly up 21,000. Look, I just think this is a perfect number to justify Jay Powell's let's wait a little.
You don't think that makes them look ridiculous?
No,
Biggest beat versus expectations in 10 years.
Well, but that's not the Fed's job to try to have fewer jobs created. It's to be sure that we're not having some sort of runaway inflation. I mean, I could argue that there was a lot of deflation in this system.
That's true, but we got a 12-month average now of 300. We have a 12-month average of 234,000 jobs added, which is the best since 2014.
Maybe the participation rate, which has been skewed, is wrong. Maybe we got to go back to where we were in terms of labor participation rate, and we have a lot more people that can be hired, a lot more slack than we realize. I am not seeing, other than restaurants to some degree, a little less in retail, a tremendous increase, given how we've restricted immigration and birth rate 30-year low. I see a lot of things to like. I don't see autos good, and I don't see housing good. I don't see chemicals good anymore. That was something good. A lot liner board, good future indicator. Not that good. Walmart versus Amazon's keeping prices down. I'm using that as a metaphor.
Well, everything you're saying points to what some believe was behind the Fed's pivot, and that is it's all about China, and to a lesser extent about Europe. It's not really about.
I mean, when you go through Union Pacific, we're a very good operator. You can see that a lot of the actual goods made were pulled through ahead of the tariffs. David, you're right in terms of annualizing a good thing. It tends to. We should tail off. But there are parts of the economy that are very, very strong, and there are parts of the economy that are really subpar. I mean, when you speak to an Ed Breen, or you listen to that call at Dow DuPont, housing is bad. It's just a bad business right now. Autos, there is no pickup whatsoever in autos. None. But these are big parts of the economy.
You're talking global sales, though.
U.S. sales are just not increasing. U.S. sales when I was talking to all the different people who have inputs into vehicles, the truck input is good. The auto input is not good. So I'm saying it's a balanced economy.